Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northern Lion Plays The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. We're gonna get started here. Last run, pretty easy. Oh, the frame rate as I closed the window in the background there got a little crappy and scared me a little bit. Temperance and torn photo and the bottle of pills. It seems alright. K7YG 8GFS. We might as well at least look at the pills. Whether or not we take them... Oh, that sucks so bad. Whether or not we take them early is another question altogether. Honestly, a tears downgrade when we already have torn photo. At least we've got like some... There you go. We're gonna replace a bottle of pills already. But the tears downgrade when you already have torn photo. Of course, it sucks, but it seems like our rate of fire is still really good. So I'm liking that. Damage, maybe like base, leaves a little bit to be desired, but there's room to grow. Let's put it that way. It's a fixer-upper, if you will. We'll head down to the next room here. With a bomb, we actually could use the shears there in order to pick up a tinted rock, or blow up a tinted rock. We don't want to pick it up. First off, I don't have the giant gloves, so I can't even pick up bombs and rocks yet and throw them. Secondly, yes, that was a Zelda reference. Look, I am a hardcore gamer, I promise you. I own all the consoles, starting with the original console, the Game Boy Color. Shouldn't even make jokes like that. People are gonna think you're being serious. Anyway, I really wanted to resist using the shears there because it's going to be valuable on our boss fight, but I knew I was going to take damage if I didn't, so why don't we just take a second and we'll, like, hang out. How you doing? I'm doing pretty well, thanks for asking. Mostly just waiting for my eyes to go back to their default position so that I can shoot, you know, accurately again. There we go. I really didn't want to have to use the shears there because, of course, our boss room is going to be close, but, it's okay. We got no bombs, and this room is very scary with no bombs. So I think what we're going to try to do is get these guys to all clump together basically in one direction. And as they all kind of, you know, we're scumming the shit out of their AI to make this work. I think I may actually come close to dying or die here. This room has been showing up a lot lately. It's the fucking worst, man. It's the worst room of all of the rooms. I'm actually amazed that we lived, to some extent. I'm lucky we got that battery charge. Oh, there's another one back here, and he's shooting bullets, so we gotta be careful about this. This would have been a much better room to use the shears on, which is really symptomatic of me playing the room prior to this one very poorly, so I wish that we had not done that. But still, it's kind of shit luck, as well, that we ran into this room. It seems like it's showing up like once every 3 runs, and it is annoying as hell. There is a, was there not a red heart back in one of these rooms? There is. I would like to buy a spirit heart from our shop, if that's not too much to ask. I know there's a tinted rock that we could maybe blow up instead, but I kind of want the guaranteed payout here, and honestly, we should be fine after this point, now that I've already dealt with the madness there. And there is a spirit heart for sale, so we'll work our way down here. BFF would be really good considering we have the shears as well, but I don't think the shears is really going to do much. Or I guess I shouldn't say I don't think the shears is going to do much, because I don't think I'm going to have too many opportunities to get the money necessary to make it work, especially considering we have 0 bombs. But man, especially considering we got ball of bandages, I would have loved to have gotten it, but we had a priority to keep ourselves alive, and I think we're lucky enough as is that we managed to make that work. So actually, this is a good situation, even though it might not seem like it immediately. The fact that we have temperance means that we can get into this curse room without incurring spirit. Well, we can get into it without incurring spirit art damage. We can't get out of it, though. So it's a touch risky, especially just on a pure survival level, because I'm a little frightened about us possibly fighting a difficult boss, and who knows, maybe running into some asshole enemies here in the meantime as well. We're just gonna keep it cool here. Can't do anything about this one. Oh, I guess we could try to get them to jump through the fire. That seems to have worked out pretty well. Ooh. Can't do anything about that one either, so unfortunately we are going to have to go to that big room unless we want to take the gamble on the curse room right away, which I'm, as always, tempted by, but it's probably not the right decision right now. Alright, it's 4 hits each on Grandfather Fly, so that's going to be annoying. I'm very happy about this tinted rock, though. All we need is 1 bomb. All of a sudden, we find ourselves in a pretty good spot. And I got to admit, you know, we started with good HP. And Torn Photo is a great item. It's a pretty good Eden start that's just made to look shittier right now based on the fact that we've got all these asshole enemies here that are, you know, harder than your average bear to deal with here. It's gonna sound like I'm referencing Bear Taffy. Instead, it's just a, it's a Yogi Bear reference because I was born in the 1930s. There are people that will believe that I was not born in the 1930s. I was not born in the 1930s. But Steam thinks I am so that I can view mature gameplay trailers. Which is not like I'm already over 18. It's not like I'm doing anything illegal. It's just, you know, you click the drop-down box. That's where it takes you to. And I'm like, well, you're closer to correct than you are to wrong. So there you go. Keys, please. No, that's all right. What could I possibly want keys for? I don't think these guys are going to get me anything useful, so I'll just have them die. Maybe we can find a second secret room if we get super, super lucky. Nope. And another tinted rock that unfortunately we have no means to get to, but it's fine. It's all good. All we have to do is not take damage. And we can even take a little damage, but I'd rather not take damage. No matter what boss we fight, the Shears is going to do a pretty good number at taking him out. You got a battery charge? You do have a battery charge. Well, actually, we have a good use for this then that could actually kickstart this entire floor. It's all about making something out of nothing here. Or something out of very little. So if we come back this way, there was that chest that unfortunately I could not get to. But you know what we could do? We could use Shears and fly in, and then, it's not worth it. We'll use Shears here, open this up. We got a bomb, we got a red heart. Okay, now I feel like I actually can pop Temperance down, and we'll do this so we only take half a Spirit Heart. Or sorry, half a red heart and then half a Spirit Heart of damage. This should be good. We get a cat piece. I could convert, but I don't really want to yet. We might go back to playing that a little bit more as well, but now that we have a bomb, we can blow this up. Hopefully it gives me, like, bomb and key. Gave me Spirit Heart, which is also fine. Bomb and key would have been a little bit nicer just so we could continue opening more and more tinted rocks, but this is still great. We've managed to eke out a decent haul on this floor, where it previously looked like we were probably going to end up having to miss out on a lot of stuff. Now all we need is, like, well, I mean, some keys would be nice, so maybe I could get to our item room, but apart from that, it's okay. All right, you know, if you're going to make me work for it, that's fine. This is one of those ones where we're going to make nothing out of something, and honestly, if you're not doing your due diligence on this floor, you might have a problem. You might end up in a situation where you find yourself taking some damage you're not really proud of, and all of a sudden, things are tough, but that is extremely helpful. If you're working your butt off here and you're doing your damnedest to make this work, I think you're relatively fine, to be honest with you. So let's head downwards here. And hopefully our boss room is quick. Well, I mean, hopefully we get some keys, but also hopefully our boss room is kind of quick so that we can just fight it. And honestly, I think we're going to use we're going to use Shears in a slightly unusual way. We're not going to use it against the boss, largely because Pin is easy. If it was the Haunt, I probably would have taken him up on it, but because it's easy, we're just going to use it to open that chest, and hopefully we'll get some stuff kickstarted here. I know this is unfortunate, but at least we'll get an item here. Hopefully it's Lump of Coal. It is not Lump of Coal, so I'm extremely disappointed. I think the Shears is better than Krampus's head, probably. And we got Missing Page. It would have been sweet if it burned up in the fire there. But, okay, we basically don't have any choice. We are going to skip our item room. We're going to skip our shop. Keys are not dropping as much as I would like them to. Well, you know, not dropping at all, I suppose. Although we did use one key on the last floor, didn't we, to open a gold? Maybe we didn't. No, we went to the shop. We used one key to go to the shop to preserve our deal with the devil chance so that we could fight Krampus, lose a Spirit Heart, and get a spacebar item we don't even want. I'm not super complainy yet. I'm just saying we are in a situation where things are looking a little like RNG is fucking us. But the Shears is so good. I can't complain about the Shears, and there's a key that we can actually use to get into our item room. Little Steven is not a great item, but it is an item, and I'm not going to crap on it, you know? We'd rather have it than not have it, without a doubt. I think we'll use the Shears here, and it's kind of a twofold reason. One of the reasons is because there's enemies in the room, and it's a big room. Another reason is because we can use it to get into our curse room without taking damage, and, you know, then we only lose half a Spirit Heart, and hopefully this gives me a Spirit Heart back, and it did. So we basically turned out okay there. We got this. We can now open that stone chest. We're really hoping for like a cricket's head or something like that. Justice card. Yeah, I mean, we paid a bomb for it, so it actually worked out pretty well. This is good. It's certainly not bad anyway. I'm gonna save the bomb because we could really use some more tinted rocks, and we're in a really weird position when it comes to deals with the devil. Like, we don't really know what awaits us. Thought there was a penny back there on deals with the devil here. Because we don't have precedent yet, so it's a touch tricky. But I'm just gonna get ourselves up to 15 cents so we can buy something from the shop now that we have the ability to get there, and we'll pick up our HP. And I'm really hoping that this is the floor that's really gonna start to make it ball out of control. Just gonna pull ourselves back as far as we possibly can. Might as well shoot the fire. I think we're thinking no boss rush on this run, and you know what? That's okay. We don't need to do a boss rush. We can just chill out instead. We can just have a nice leisurely run, you know? Not every run needs to be Michael Douglas in Wall Street. Some runs can be like Michael Douglas in that movie where he and his friends went to Las Vegas because he's getting married for like the 8th time, but I can't remember what it's called. It's not Old Dogs, but it's got kind of like a similar punny title. It might be called New Tricks for all I fucking know. Anyway, Vegas, Hard Times? No, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to remember it, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. Alright. We gotta find our shop and our boss fight. We already found our shop, actually, now that I think about it. We gotta find our boss fight and resolve this deal with the devil issue one way or the other. We will pick that up because that blood bank that we already have here could be very valuable for us. Stand in the middle. This is a real test of Isaac's skill here. Is with an orbital and a familiar, can you not get hit on this room? I'd say I probably end up batting like, oh, I guess if we're using batting averages, I probably end up batting like 500 on this room. Not amazing, not necessarily terrible either. I hate this room. Oftentimes end up taking damage here just out of like, not laziness, but a little bit of carelessness. There's a slight but valuable difference there. Okay, good stuff. Fantastic. Keep it up, please. Lovely. That was actually surprisingly easy. I don't want to use shears for consumables because, again, like, we're not... Torn photo minus tears down plus small rock. Damage is good, but it certainly could use to be, or could stand to be a lot better. So I'm thinking that the shears is just like... It's our go-to the boss is dead item. It's exactly the same way we would use Krampus's head if we had taken it, but I think shears is more versatile. Look, there's only like one room left. We should probably go to it, and ooh, almost walked on that. We should probably go to our mob trap room. That was bad damage. And we should probably play the blood bank as well. Turns out we probably should not have gone to this room unless we get a good drop, but oh, that is actually a surprisingly decent drop. 2 bombs plus whatever 2 red heart plays on a blood bank will give us here. So we'll walk it over this way. We can play twice and still get into that room, so we might as well. We're hoping for blood bag, IV bag, not really that useful for us, and we will use a key to open this. And we picked up a lot of bombs out of it. This would be a great room to use shears on, but instead it's just going to be our 3rd out of 6 charges, so we got like a long way to go here. That's okay, though. Use the orbital whenever possible, whenever palatable. It's going to lead to us taking dumb damage. I might as well just tell you that right away. It's like a warning text or something like that before your friend's like 21st or 19th birthday party. It's like, warning. They will probably be engaging in alcohol consumption. Be careful. What they tweet you, or what they text you might not be real. When I have an orbital, that is my 21st birthday, basically. I'm going to go buck wild. I'm going to say shots, shots. I'm going to say, who wants to live forever? I don't care if I get hit. And I'm going to take some dumb damage, but it's okay, I think. I think it's okay. I hope other people think it's okay. We can't get to that. There was the option to buy something in the shop for 15 cents. What the heck was it? Maybe it's actually useful for us. It was red candle. I mean, red candle's great. Do I want to get rid of the shears for it? There's no use in doing a lot of hand-wringing or anything like that. I don't want to use I don't want to give up the shears for it, so we'll just leave instead. Secret room. Second secret room, I would not be surprised to find here. Or here, I guess. Basically the same odds. Now I give up. I feel like the next floor is going to be the be-all end-all for us to some extent. Nah, it's not the be-all end-all. It's not, you know, the end of days or any other hyperbolic Arnold Schwarzenegger movie title. It's certainly not going to be the Sixth Day or the Eraser. I was going to say Eraserhead. That would be a much more absurd movie, which is hard to say, but it would be an interesting vehicle for Schwarzenegger's cerebral acting talents. But anyway, I would love to get a deal with the devil here, but it's possible we don't get a deal with the devil because we don't have precedent yet. Instead, we might get saddled with the deal with the angel, which is fine. I've been way more open to deals with the angel lately, and they've largely worked out pretty well. Oh, that was dumb. Well, first let's just try to guarantee ourselves the ability to actually get a deal in the first place here. That extra spirit heart there, although a little tricky to get and it cost us a consumable, was well worth it, I think. Let's try not to take damage against champions. You know, things can go from bad to worse pretty quickly here. We get hit once, next hit takes away our deal with the devil. We get hit twice, next hit takes away our second... Wait, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Pardon me. We get hit once, lose our spirit heart. Next hit, deal with the devil. Next hit, survivability comes into question. There you go. That was against champions, though, so we're still actually fine here. Thank God we picked up that spirit heart. I don't feel too nervous about the way this is going because we do have the shears, and the shears is really like a, it's a top-tier spacebar item in my opinion. At least it's like A tier. Might not be quite S tier, but it's not far off. Holding this tears down pill, by the way, so we can use the PhD later. Let's blow this guy up. He might give us a chance to get a good pill out of the mushrooms or out of himself. Bad gas. At least we know for the future, and we can continue carrying this ultra-valuable tears down pill. Alright. Let's move along. Let's move along. This is actually very dangerous, because Curse of the Lost keeps putting us back in the same spot. I have the option to relive earlier mistakes, and it's scary, man. It's quite frightening. 2 keys to get into our 2-key room when we only have 2 keys. You might not like this, but I'm gonna say no to this for now. Those are, like, oh, come on. I love to play absurd, but absurd play is a very, very slight luxury afforded to those with 4 keys. We, as a present, only have 2 keys. If we get... Oh, that was only the spirit heart? No, it wasn't. Okay, I read shit. Oh, God. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We're gonna get back to full HP. That's not a risk. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go into this room now. We got 3 keys. We can still go to our item room. This door opened itself, apparently, so I didn't even need to use keys on it. But I have fucked our deal with the devil chances by taking too much dumb damage. Sloppy play. 100% sloppy play. This is not the game being particularly rude. Although, you could argue that first floor deal with the devil with Krampus was pretty shitty, but... we're fine here. Just gonna keep it moving as much as we can and hope for maybe, something to drown my sorrows with in this item room, you know? I'm not getting too low on morale here. Occasionally it's gonna happen. What we can do is, like, instead of making half-assed attempts at deals with the devil on every single floor, we can reload and try to make a really good attempt at the deal with the devil on the next floor. And there you go! Okay, we got Death's Touch, so having a low chance at a deal with the devil is not necessarily that much of a bad thing. Probably should not have picked this up just yet, but it's okay. Because Death's Touch is gonna make it a lot easier for us to not take damage in the process. Just move, 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 move. Okay, good. We should be relatively safe here. And if we can just, like, if the game finds it in its heart... What the heck paid out with the spirit heart? I guess it was just the room. If the game can just find it in its heart to not punish my mistake and instead give me... Oh, jeez. Instead give me the deal with the devil that, let's be honest, I probably don't deserve here. We're gonna be in such a good position if it just has items on it. But you know what? Honestly, I'd take a deal with the angel, and as a way of saying thank you for giving me Death's Touch in the item room, I would totally fight the angel statue. It would be a good opportunity to use shears. So maybe depending on what boss we fight here, I may not use shears on the boss. pretty much screwed myself there. I may not use shears on the boss. That is an awesome trinket. And instead, I'll use shears on the room that comes after. We'll see, though. It's kind of a tall ask. Like, it's unlikely to happen. Whatever. Let's just use shears right here. Gertie's a tanky enemy. To take a tanky enemy out quickly will be very nice for us. B-E-A beautiful, if I may quote Canadian Saint Jim Carrey. Oh, no deal with the devil. So, it's not a big surprise, but at least I did use shears properly there. By the way, I'd like to emphasize that by mentioning Jim James Carrey, oh, we are on a labyrinth floor here. So again, we got a real desire to keep our deal with the devil chance alive here because it counts for 2 floors basically. And if we get an XL floor on our next floor, we just wouldn't get any deals with the devil if we fuck this one up, which is risky. Well, which is stupid, actually. We can avoid it. By bringing up Jim Carrey, please do not take this as a tacit approval or acceptance of his anti-vaccine stance. I crack various jokes about Jim Carrey. Why? Because he's an actor from my childhood who also happens to be Canadian, so he's a point of personal reference for me, and, you know, I really liked him in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I thought it was a fantastic dramatic turn for a normally zany comedic actor. But I've been making these Jim Carrey jokes and people go, wow, like, how can you joke about this guy? He's got these ignorant opinions. Yo, dog, I'm playing a video game on the internet here. This is not the height of political discourse. You got perhaps the right idea, but you're taking it to the wrong message here. Or you're taking it to the wrong context, if you will. I got nothing against people who have something against Jim James Carrey, but I'm still gonna be telling various The Mask jokes occasionally. Don't doubt it. I don't follow his Twitter account. I have myself vaccinated on a regular basis. I just participated in a charity walk to, you know, distribute the polio vaccine to lesser known parts of the world. You can be mad about me talking about Jim Carrey on the internet, but I didn't give birth to him. He exists, and his face is elastic. And that's the end of my relationship with him. Flight actually means that I did not completely waste a bomb there, which is awesome. I'm just going to assume that we're not going to get the PhD at this point because we've only got 1 shop left. We got Flight and the Emperor's card, and of course we got the extra Eternal Heart there. Bad time for the Eternal Heart, I suppose, because it means that I'm going to have to freaking... Oh, careful. It means that I'm going to have to not play that Demon Judgment, which could actually be nice. But now that I think about it... Oh my god. He did 1 full heart. Now that I think about it, we actually have... the growth hormones already. So what would I be? I guess I'd be hoping for ceremonial robes, but we don't need to sweat it too much here. Take our key. Looking for the second shop. I mean, I can't believe we're still kind of low on keys. I guess I haven't really picked up that much money. We could always blow up our donation machine and just get enough keys, probably to sustain us into the future, but we don't know for sure. I do think that this is probably not the secret room because it just looked like it didn't line up properly. Let's look for a tinted rock if we can find one. Because I'm itching for zaniness, man. I'm itching for an opportunity to talk about Cisco's The Thong Song. I'm itching for an opportunity to talk about head lice checks. Did you guys ever have... I mean, this is not like I didn't invent this opinion. Do you guys ever have head lice checks when you were in school? I told this to Kate, and she was like, did you go to, like, a school in the era of the Great Depression? No, I didn't. I thought this was kind of like a widespread thing, at least when I was younger. Once every 3 months or so, the assistants at the school would come through, and they would have, like, a long toothpick type thing, and they would just have every kid sit in a chair, one after another, and they would comb through their hair looking for lice, and if they found lice, then, you know, they would be like, hey... I guess they'd call your parents, because they didn't want to be like... They didn't want to out you, basically. They'd be like, hey, your child has lice, you know, here's what you have to do about it so they can come back to school. And it sounds like I grew up in prison, maybe? You know, head lice just is what it is. I've never had it. I'm also bald now, so, like, I wouldn't expect to probably get it now, at least not on my head, and if I got it elsewhere, I'd be very confused about how it happened, but it was always, like, actually really, really nice. It was like an early form of meditation for me as a child. And I was not the only one in my class who thought this. Whenever they'd be like, okay, class, we have lice check, everyone would be like, oh, yeah! Like, lice check is actually awesome. Because they comb through your head, and it kind of feels like, you know, when you... And I don't know, it's ripe for bald jokes here. I had hair at one point in my life. It's like when you get your hair washed after a cut or something like that, and then, you know, it feels nice, man, and that's how the lice checks felt as well. It was eerily calming. Let's put it that way. I think this is probably the way that we go to get to our boss fight, so let's keep taking our time down here so that we might find an item room or a shop or something like this. We don't really need that. Just keep it moving here. If we can get store credit, we could buy something in here, and I'm thinking, like, I like Hive Mind more, but with no mapping, I think we gotta choose blue map. I guess we could buy both because we have store credit, so let's do so. We'll donate 3 cents, which I know is not a lot, but it's better than nothing. So now we can see where our secret rooms actually are. Was there a spirit heart for sale in there? Because if there is, I should probably blow up our donation machine. Nope. Alright. Well, we're just, we're gonna have to rely on not taking damage, I suppose. Hive Mind and BFF are such similar items, but, oh, that's so helpful. They're such similar items, but they accomplish different things, and we would really, really prefer to have BFF right now, that's for sure. I guess we'll fight our first boss in the hopes of picking up some kind of, you know... Oh my god, I can't believe I got hit by that. That's my bad, but I still can't believe it. And I was gonna say in the hopes of picking up some kind of DPS upgrade or something like that. Obviously, we're not gonna get that, and that's okay. Instead, we get the pony, which we're not gonna be able to do anything with, but we're on the lookout for our next item room anyway. This is a very scary run. I'll level with you, I'll be honest. This is not a whole hell of a lot of DPS relative to the lack of HP that we have, if you know what I mean. It might seem like those are unrelated, but the less HP you have, the more damage you want to have to compensate. We still should have, like, a nearly 100% chance of a deal of some sort. Devil, Angel, fucking in the middle, Nicolas Cage, Meg Ryan, we all know that we've seen the movies. Shielded Tears is great. Actually, this is a weird room. Normally you don't find, like, 3 of those together. Emperor. Beats the Empress, for sure. Well, let's fight Mom and not take damage. We can use the Emperor. We might end up wanting to use the Emperor kind of constructively on the next floor, just to give us a lower chance of taking damage, but we'll have to make sure that we come through this one acceptably first. And Blue Mom is a little tricky. Of course, Shielded Tears are actually a little bad to have with Death's Touch. They're not bad, it's just like it changes the hitbox and gets rid of the scythe effect, but it's still much better to have. It just looks worse. Thank you, thank you. I hate that this guy's hiding behind rocks, making it hard for the Shears man to find him, but we're almost done. That might not mathematically be fully true, but let's just keep telling ourselves that to keep confidence high. I walked right under that, but got lucky to not get hit. Just slightly out of range. Come on, Shears. You can do it here. I believe in you. One more, one more. We did it. We got to deal with the Angel. Definitely taking the Polaroid. Definitely blowing up the Tinted Rock in the skull. Okay. And our item in here is the prayer card, which is, like, functionally worthless. I think I'm actually, and you're not going to like this, I'll tell you right off the bat, you're not going to like this, but I'm going to skip fighting the Angel statue because I really do not see a reality in which we fight Satan on this run. Mega Satan, I should say. So I apologize for that, but at the same time, I don't think that there's a particularly important payout for us there. I think probably we just end up bleeding Spirit Hearts and not getting much in return. So this is a deceptively good run, but it looks really bad. It is okay. We lost a Spirit Heart there thanks to the Invisible Man shooting us. I'm looking at the Invisible Man in the mirror. I'm asking him to cover himself with blood like Kevin Bacon did in Hollow Man so that I can actually hit him. The message couldn't get any clearer. Seriously, where are you, though? Oh. Well, this is fun. Oh, we got him! Finally. At least we got a key out of it. I'm really hoping this is the way to get to the boss fight. What do we need? Obviously, 2 cat pieces would be beautiful. We don't have quote-unquote deal with the Angel Precedent, because I didn't take a key piece. So the odds are that we're going to be able to... well, I wouldn't say the odds are that we're going to be able to get a deal with the devil, because we did get a deal with the angel on the last floor. But if we do, 2 cat pieces would be ideal. We do have Hive Mind. Even just Guppy's head would be fine. It would also be nice to maybe, like, fight Double Fallen or something like that. We'll see. For now, it's mostly just about survival. Like, I don't want this streak to end in its relative infancy. If it does, a little bit of this... And whether you think it's a little or all of it is probably going to depend on how you feel about me in general on this run. But a little bit my fault for obviously fucking up that one deal with the devil. If you're playing through the seed, you know, I'd love to know what you've got on that deal with the devil, assuming you got one. We're trying to kill the Gertie Jr.'s last here, because I believe that will pay out with the Spirit Heart. It's kind of hard to tell on Curse of Darkness, but I'm assuming that it would. Gotta kill the Gurgling. They usually have less HP anyway. Oh my god. Okay, give me the Spirit Heart. I want the gold! Where's the gold at? Okay, now you're probably thinking that it's, like, hugely my fault, and you would probably be right. I guess we do use our Emperor card here. Because I'm gonna go in, and I don't want to lose our Spirit Heart. It could end up being extremely valuable. Tears down, 48-hour energy. It's pretty good, but... Just get out instead. Now, it's double Loki. Double Loki's not so bad. Deal chances should be, like, pretty much nil here. Now I'm feeling poor, man. I'm feeling like I've squandered something great here, because we're not going to get any more items until the chest in all likelihood. So there's a lot of, like, War of Attrition stuff going on here. The good news is this is almost certainly... Very displeased with myself there. This is almost certainly the right way for us to go in order to get to the boss. Now, obviously, we said that as we were on a dead end, but I mean, like, in general, this way is the right way because of the number of secret rooms that are over here. What other positive stuff do we have going on? Thank God we got Death's Touch, is all I can say. It gives us an out here, for sure. Oh! I also am a big fan of the fact that we have, an orbital. We can use that with great, effect here, and a good trinket, and little Chad, honestly, is a pretty big star of the show here as well. Should allow us to keep our HP... Oh, we should go back for that, for sure. Should allow us to keep our HP relatively high. Of course, there's no way to know for sure, but I guess we should also check out our arcade. There's possibly a judgment on there, and there is... We don't have a ton of money, but we do have the opportunity to maybe try this out. And I'm actually thinking that I might want to play the Key Beggar just a little bit. Want to stay above 4 keys, obviously. But if I can play that Key Beggar and get something out of it, that could be really worthwhile for me. We can use this because we have some half hearts back around the other side. All right, the only reason that worked out is because we got so much HP. So I'm happy about that. I'm gonna stay above 5. Don't make me do it, man. I do want that. We're being, you know, obviously we're being a touch risky here. Let's just be honest about it. It could work out, and it's not really costing us much right now. So I think we try it, to be honest with you, and we try to pull ourselves out of this relative position of scarcity into a position of great abundance. That should be a payout. That was 6. And it was a full payout, which is amazing. I'm going to give you one more try. And you have squandered it. And I hate you. And now is your last chance. For real this time, though. Sorry. That was almost an apology as much to the viewers as it was to the actual, Key Beggar for saying that I no longer require his services. Broken Ankh is actually pretty okay, especially when you're talking about streaking and it's like, you know, this is not a 1 loss, this is like losing 15 runs or 13 runs or whatever at the same time. So, I like it, but Flat Penny is way, way, way more useful. So what are we hoping for here? Well, I hate this room. We are hoping for a very calm and easy Mom's Heart fight. It Lives fight, whatever you want to call it, your preferred nomenclature. We want that to go relatively well. That is a tinted rock. More of those would be awesome as well. This is okay because I wasn't able to get to my secret room. I was out of bombs. Now, it does suck that we're fighting greed, but I wanted to come here regardless, so I'm a little bit mad with the actual fight that we have, but I'm mostly okay with the fact that we're in the room to begin with, so maybe we'll get a bomb drop, or at least we'll get some pennies that'll give us keys. We're not going to be able to get to the second secret room, but I think all things considered, that's relatively okay. But this is not the boss fight? Are you kidding me? Well, now I should have used the shears way earlier, probably, but it is what it is, and we got another Spirit Heart out of it, so we're really, like, in this one for the long haul. What do you think? Maybe, like, down this way, then? I think I could have spotted this secret room, which is easy to say when you have it on your map, but, like, that's a template that I often take advantage of right there. Alright, so there's 4 of you, I think. No, there's 3 of you. One of you is going to break away because I don't have that much damage. The shears is really going to be a godsend on our boss fights. I can't stress this enough. Yeah, we were actually surprisingly close. Our damage is relatively poor. The shears is a hugely integral part of our run here, so we're going to hope that this goes well for us. Just need it to kind of target the middle, and when it does... There we go. And we got shielded tiers, so pretty much all we need to do is keep firing, and shears will take care of the rest. We'll be safe as long as we avoid the beam attacks, if they even come out, which they don't. And I'm imagining probably something similar to that is going to happen against Isaac as well. And this is really like, is me trying to pimp the shears a little bit, to be honest with you. I think it doesn't always get the credit that I feel it should deserve. That I feel it does deserve, I suppose. It's kind of like quietly really good, which is, whenever you talk about something being underrated, people always use that word quietly, but for real, I think the shears, it really applies there, because people will be like, what's the best spacebar item in the game? They'll be like, oh, Satanic Bible, you know, maybe Krampus's head, the D6, maybe Book of Revelations, trying to think of some of the other stuff that is, like, really top tier, but, you know, prayer card, if you get it super early, can be amazing. That's kind of like a fringe example, though. You get the idea, like, all those items. D20 sometimes, D100 sometimes, D4 sometimes, for that matter, as well. This is, like, it rarely seems to show up, the shears, but it really is, like, we will kill every boss. For you, all you have to do is hide. The downside to this relative to, like, Krampus's head is that it takes, like, longer to do the damage, but the upside is that it does damage over a longer period of time. You know, Krampus's head is one and done. The shears is like, hey, man, if you're having, like, a 45-minute long boss fight, for sure. If you have a boss that has multiple stages, like, what would you rather have for the Satan fight? The shears or Krampus's head? Again, I'm cherry-picking kind of situational examples, but you get the idea. Anyway. No bombs, but as long as we continue to have the opportunity to get keys, I'm relatively fine with this. I really, really have to resist the temptation. And it is a temptation. I have to resist the temptation to use my orbital, because the hitbox on it is real tiny. We will get hit if we use it, in all likelihood. And we don't even need to use it, like, our damage, thanks to having Death's Touch. I know people are gonna be like, look at this shithead complaining about his damage when he has Death's Touch. Look, Death's Touch and growth hormones are great. You're not wrong. It's just that, in aggregate, we have less damage than probably I would expect to have at this point due to our complete lack of deals with the devil. Which is my fault, also. But anyway, I digress. I'm gonna stop the self-hatred here for a minute and, just get down to brass tacks, because honestly, I think on the last couple of floors we've had a great mixture of great luck and also good success as well. Good performances. I don't really want to open that golden chest. If I'm being honest, what I would want to see out of that golden chest is honestly like Bob's brain. If Bob's brain showed up, I would be a very happy camper, because on pretty much every room, it would kill an enemy right off the bat and make my life a lot easier, to be honest with you. I don't know how many times I said honestly in that sentence, but when you're talking about Bob's brain, you gotta, you know, stress the fact that you're being a little bit honest. I'm just being honest. Now, all Beyoncés and Lucy Lou's Baby dolls, get on the flow. Get on the flow, you know what to do. I gotta say that Hey Ya has been like a little bit of a go-to karaoke song. What makes a good karaoke song for Northern Lion? Limited pitch-requiring singing elements, which is not to say that the song is tuneless. Rather, it's like a little bit of a sing-songy rap, which is I'm capable of doing mostly to decent effect. Secondly, sing-along chorus. This way you get other people singing the parts to cover up the part where you suck when he goes really high, you know, like, hey ya. And then, really, it's just got to be a fan favorite. If it can convince somebody to buy you a beer, then you've done your job appropriately, I think. Okay. Let's keep a move on here. It's going well so far. We haven't taken very much damage on the cathedral, and we've got to be thinking that, you know, once we get to the chest, we got a chance to get some extra items. Obviously, we'll open that. We got to be thinking that we're using the shears on our boss, so it's probably going to work out relatively well with that respect happening as well. Please stop jumping like that. I really have an opportunity to use my orbital here, and I would like to take advantage of it. That's okay. That's good. One more jump. Okay, no more jumps. Even better for me, if I'm being honest. And then I took some dumb damage, but that's gonna happen from time to time. Where's my bomb? There's my bombs. Rarely are we gonna have to use bombs on the, oh, there's more back here. Rarely are we gonna have to use bombs on the, chest because there's no tinted rocks, so might as well give that a try there. Didn't work out, obviously, but that's life sometimes. So this is gonna be, very, very slightly tricky. But it's not going to be tricky yet. Our goal is going to be to focus on the angel fetuses as they come out. They're not going to come out at all, which is even better. And then pretty much our only goal is to be a guide for the shears. All we need to do is get the shears to the point where it actually knows where Isaac is, and then we're fine. And that is it right there. And if we can just, like, straight up, like a battery and an Emperor card, or a charge and an Emperor card is all we need in order to make this chest work for us. The risk is in getting ground down. What a fucking nightmare. What do you even do with this? I'll tell you what, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take Mom's knife for now. Oh, you took Mom's knife last time. You didn't let me finish. I'm gonna take Mom's knife for now. I'm gonna use Mom's knife to clear a route to the chest. And then I'm gonna take Tiny Planet when we fight the boss. Why? Why am I gonna do this? Because it's ridiculous. Temperance, not interested. It's just ridiculous, and I hope that it's a good mixture. Look, this does guarantee me the win. I'm not gonna sandbag and say like, oh, it's still gonna be tough. But it allows me to get the zaniness of a Tiny Planet Mom's Knife, and by zaniness, I truly mean shittiness. Like, Tiny Planet Mom's Knife is garbage here. With the added benefit of having a win as well. Is that not the best of both worlds? You know, we get to see some high-octane action, but it ends up being successful, is my hope. And I'm mostly just feeling good because there were definitely some times on this run where, that was bad. As a result of my own inadequacies, or as a result of some bad RNG, or sometimes a mixture of both, I found myself in some tricky spots, but this is going to pull us out of this just fine, assuming I haven't completely misrepresented it and we're going to get screwed against Blue Baby even with the shears being active. But anyway, it's been forever since I used Mom's Knife Tiny Planet intentionally because it's terrible. It's the worst, man. It's one of those synergies where back in the day, Nick was like, hey, Tiny Planet Mom's Knife is terrible. And I was like, oh, Nick, sweet Nick, you just don't care about absurdity. You don't understand. No, he was right. If this gives me 9 lives, which it did, I'm not intending on taking it because it's basically suicidal. So we're just going to choose to ignore that for now. Maybe we could play our Temperance card, and the Temperance card could work this out for us. I'm not just being overly cautious. It actually could be suicidal. Here's the way, my brain thought of it. You take 9 lives, then you get 9 lives, that's great. But if you take a Tiny Planet with Mom's Knife, then you really need to win on that first fight with the shears. Otherwise, you're never gonna make it. You're screwed. Got a Stars card. Oh, Stars card waiting in the deck. He'd like to come and meet us, but on the chest it is kind of dreck. I think that's Yiddish for shit, just for some context. I don't know how I know that, but I know it apparently. Or maybe I just made it up accidentally. Alright, so we will murder you, which is going to be easy. And you. And then we will go, well, we'll open this, of course. For charm tiers, which are actually fine, not that we're going to use them. And then we'll go back and we'll pick up Tiny Planet. We could take Temperance into the boss fight. I don't really understand the value of it, but we could. And why am I not taking Cursed Eye? It's actually just because I don't know what the hell Cursed Eye does with Tiny Planet Mom's Knife, because Mom's Knife's already like a charge item. That was an interesting haul of items here. There's no doubt about that. We're taking the shears. Don't kid yourself there. So this is why Mom's Knife Tiny Planet is bad. This is how it shoots, like, by default. It's just straight up trash. Like, I don't even know what you do about this. But it is what it is, man. So we're gonna come down. I guess we should check our second secret room. There's no risk of death, which I gotta learn to not do that. There's no risk of death, which I understand is probably gonna be annoying. But at the same time, I love the weirdness of this. We could just go stand next to Isaac, but what's the point, you know? I don't think there's ever a situation in which Mom's Knife Tiny Planet will thrive, but if there is, dang it, I'm gonna find it. I mean, the real shitty part of it is, it's tough as heck to actually get the knife to stay on them. By tough as heck, I mean literally impossible to get the knife to stay on top of the enemy, which is really how you do most of your damage with Mom's Knife. But anyway, this is done. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.